Hello, beautiful stars. Oh my goodness, I think I just figured out how to work my computer system here. Oh, let's see if I did it correctly. Seeker, I saw you in the chat. Would you make a comment to see if this is. will you do. Will you pop in again for me, please? Hello, beautiful stars. This is Courtney with Stars of the Morning Light. It has been a while. Lots of movement, lots of things happening. I'm hoping that everybody is where they should be right now. Oh my goodness. Have you all even knew? So, welcome everybody. This is Stars Morning Light. I have not been here in about a week. I am Courtney, your host. Uh, Hello, Lori. Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. Moderators, thank you for being present. Because, yeah, I did something quirky right before I went on. I'm always doing quirkiness. So thank you for letting me know that this is actually present in the world. Thank you for also being patient. Uh, After the storms and whatnot of this, whatever was going on in the world, right? I was losing a lot of vegetables, and I still actually have to replace some. But I had to get in there and physically get a lot done, which takes longer than my mind likes to tell me. Um, but today we are doing the weekly Akashic message. The Akashic collective message went out to my patrons today. It will be sent to everyone in a couple of days or so. Uh, that will always go to my patrons first. If you are considering joining Patreon, now is the time. Tonight we're going to discuss more of the power of the pyramid and how to utilize it to send love and light to others as well. So, good to see you, Seeker. Good to see you. And so I know I've been gone for a while. I am actually going to try to go live tomorrow, Monday, July 3rd. Probably to do more of the hermetic stuff. Now, I don't know what my day is going to bring because I have a big barbecue on the 4th of July every year. So, I'm going to try. I'm trying my best. Also, tomorrow is the full moon. My patrons know what to do with it. If you are new here or you are curious about manifesting with the moon and building a relationship with her to change your life, I am selling for a summer sale the more informal, intimate kind of teaching that I do with all the patrons. I am selling that entire 25-page PDF and 8 videos online course for only $55. That is my summer sale. Also attached to my summer sale, because I only do 2 a summer, is a quantum karmic timeline cleanse. I refer to it as a karmic timeline cleanse because I go all in there into your timeline, so past, present, into the future, and clean up all your nasty, negative karmic residue. It's a lot of heavy lifting for me. There are only 4 spots left, so you might want to grab onto that. That I am doing the week of the 17th through the 21st. And like I said, there's only 4 spots. And if time frame doesn't work out with you that perfectly, we can also work something out. That is at like a 60% discount. So that's going for about $40. It's good stuff. So grab onto the summer sales because I only do I do 2 summer sales, and I usually do something around November for to give thanks to people, but that's about as much sales as I do. So, all right, folks, and in July, so everybody knows, man, I am a busy beaver. I will be doing a Reiki 1 course at Blue Sun Fusion Studio. I will also be doing a Akashic reading day, a psychic day Me and 4 other psychics are going to be doing an all-day event at Blue Sun Fusion Studio. That's actually next Saturday. And I'm doing a charity event for a festival that happens here, Cauldron Fest. This is kind of like for them to build some money to put on like a 4-day event. I'm going to be doing readings there too. That's July 28th at Harrison State Park. So, okay, and even more. I'm a busy, busy girl. That's for you all to know. And in September, we are going to be doing another New Earth Energy Market event. It is a charity event as well. I will be promoting that. That is only a evening event of storytellers, belly dancers, and DJ late circuit doing a very awesome set to close out the night. So that will be September 30th at the Ringgold Market Pavilion. Woo! Busy girl, busy girl. All right, I hope everybody's doing well. I know the heat's been crazy. I know the weather's been crazy. I know storms have been crazy. Love y'all in Texas. Hang in there. I do want to say I just turned to my husband yesterday and I said, if you ain't using it, you unplug it. Everybody, keep your air conditioners at a reasonable pace. Unplug everything if you're not using it. Friendly reminder of how we live in the summer in the northern hemisphere, especially in certain parts of the states. Whew. So, and we're headed into the 4th of July, July 4th here in the United States. It is definitely our Independence Day. It is a wonderful day for me. I love July 4th. I do. I could go into it. I have in past videos, I think probably around this time last year. It's a great day. And it actually might come up. Oh, Lori just said that the smoke is still all over where she is. Lori's up in the Massachusetts area. Yeah, so we put our prayers out there for Canada. We just put our prayers out there for everyone and everything. That's a lot of what my patrons are going to be learning tonight. And that actually goes into our message for today. So why don't we get into that? I'm not even going to show the card just yet, the Sacred Geometry card that we pull every time that I go live. I'm going to get right into the message. The message. So it was interesting. They started with, because I was like, I need something for today, and don't give me anything too difficult that I got to look into a lot of research and stuff. I said, you know how busy I am. This is how I'm talking to the lovely celestial crystalline beings of the Akashic, right? Oh my goodness. They take me as I am. I take you as you are, So I said that to him. I said, don't just give it to me straight. Give it to me straight. Normally I love to investigate and wrap my head around the message, but I just didn't have time for that. So I said, give it to me straight. And they said, we want you to look up the definition of brilliance and the definition of madness. And I went, okay. Which generally we all know what the definition is there. It's interesting though when you actually look it up. Then they told me the overlining theme of this is thought power. And I went, okay, that's groovy. And then they actually gave me a sentence. So our overlining theme is thought power, which I wish more people really understood that. We're getting there though, folks. We're getting there. Yeah, we're getting there, especially here at Stars of the Morning Light. And I hope you all can hear me. I try to cover the air conditioning in this room. I try to make everything soundproof. I do not have a mic yet. That is further down the road. So I want to read their sentence though. And then I'm going to go into all the stuff that they why they had me look up brilliance and madness. So this is actually from the Akashic for this week, July 2nd, 2023, and actually really onward, okay? But it starts now. And I know a lot of people out there have been talking about the energy shifts and yada yada. Yes. Hands down, guys, we are in the summer of 2023. We ride these waves. We are the eye of the storm. Let's talk about it. So their sentence read like this. Be at peace for post this week. Fighting will be a distraction, but movement of sight unseen gains its speed. I'm going to read it again. So do know this is how the message came. It went from look up brilliance, look up madness, thought power, and then this sentence. Be at peace for post this week. Fighting will be a distraction, but movement of sight unseen, in quotations, gains its speed. So that actually came at the end, and I was like, sight unseen. Generally, okay, we all know what that means. That's actually when we go to, I don't know, when you purchase something sight unseen. You know what I mean? Like you're purchasing it online and you're not actually seeing, you're not touching that object. So I kind of quickly went, sight unseen, are you sure you want to use that? I'm such a jerk. Are you sure you want to use that term? And they're like, yes, we want to. It's so funny. The human in me questions all the time. The human in me is like, are you sure you want to say it that way? Are you sure you want to say it that way? I've been doing Akashic readings for, I don't know, 5 years or so now, that I still do that. Are you sure that's what you want to say? And they're like, every time they're like, yes, yes. And like every time they're like, yeah, you don't need to correct us. Are you sure that's how you want to put it? Oh my goodness. But that is such the human. That is such the human in me. I'm like, are you sure, you beings that know so much more than I do? You beings that are definitely connected to the all and can see everything and know everything, and of course you know what words to use. The human in me is like, are you sure? So I don't know when I'm gonna break that habit, but whatever. So yes, that is the term they wanted to use, sight unseen. So then when I'm, you know, you gotta laugh at yourself. You gotta laugh at how the humor of us humans. It really is funny. It really, we can have such a good time. We can, and especially if you can laugh at yourself. I mean, oh my goodness. So maybe one day I'll change that, but probably not. I'll be like 80 something going, are you sure? Oh, it's too much fun. Anyways, so, but when I was reading that sentence, and of course I go to sight unseen, I'm like, I'm going to have to look up that definition to make sure it is what I think it is. But, well, let me read the definition. So sight unseen, saying that term, right? It's without opportunity to look at the object in question. Or without being seen. So without the opportunity, so that's the first thing, lack of opportunity. to look at the object. So usually we attach this to things that are tangible that we might buy, right? I'm always picking up my crystal apple. So usually we attach that term, that phrase to, right, to something we're going to purchase, something that, an object of some sort. The object in question. So that question of usually are we going to buy it or not. But it's interesting if you take the same words, that they are putting to that definition or to that what this term means, what or why this we have this phrase, and you take out the concept that we already have of purchasing, the construct that we put around those words. And if we just read the definition, without the opportunity to look at the object in question. Well, object is also part of the word objective. It is also a bit of where we come up with observer, right? Be the observer. And it's interesting because object, objective, like that's when we just look at something in an objective manner, being like an observer back here, just watching. So, in question, meaning like, what am I seeing? In question. Normally we attach this to what we're going to buy. Without the opportunity, so the lack of opportunity. The lack of opportunity. To look at, I might change it up a little bit, okay? To look at things objectively that are in question. So I just added a few little words. So let's go back to their whole sentence. Be at peace. For post, so after this week. Oh. Okay. So I believe I'm still going. I apologize for that. Everyone, electronics, like I said, if you're not using it, unplug it. So I was in the middle of saying something, and I hope we're still all a part of it. I apologize. It might be like that through all the heat. So I'm going to go back a bit. Be at peace. For post this week, fighting will be a distraction. Now the second part of the sentence threw me off a bit. That's where we just were with the sight unseen. There's a but there though. But. B-U-T. When we put the connector of but in there, when we put the connector of but, that means it's going to be the opposing of what was just said. The opposing. The opposite. But. That's why a long time ago, I did a little video about the term butthead. That actually comes from being a double-minded human who says the word but all the time. I'm sorry, but it's all good, but, right? It's the opposing to whatever you say. I'm angry, but, right? It's the opposing. It's the opposite. And that's where we get that term, butthead. It's from being a double-minded person, okay? So, someone who says but a lot. So if the first part is post this week, please be at peace. There's going to be a lot of fighting that is nothing but distraction. And then they use this big but and say, movement of sight unseen gains its speed. We can see that in two different ways, and we can also see it, for me personally, more, it's more positive for me, because if the front half of that sentence is negative, which fighting is a negative thing, well then putting a but there as a connector would mean the opposite is on the back end, right? So even though it doesn't maybe read as positive, it is positive. So I'm going to read it like this. But movement of lack of opportunity to look at things objectively that are in question. So that seems negative, right? But that's okay. And it says it gains speed. That's okay. That's okay. Because also take it as, because I'm going to use both of these ways, okay? If we say movement of sight unseen gains speed, it also could mean without being seen. So you could see it as, but movement without being seen gains speed. So, but will we maybe not have the opportunity to look at things in an objective way that is in question, right? All that it will be in question. Do we have a lack of remembering to be the observer going on? Yeah, most likely. But it's also gaining speed as far as, trust me, this will keep going, okay? That because of that speed will stop at some point, and that's more of the awakening. That is more of the awakening for many. For many. For us here at Stars of the Morning Light, okay? Because I'm going to keep going. That, the first definition of sight unseen, goes into, but that's gaining speed. That a whole lot of people are not getting the opportunity to look at things objectively that are in question. That's going to gain speed. That's okay. That's okay. For us here, though, but movement of not being seen gains its speed. That's a whole lot of us that the majority of the people out there, I don't think know of the work actually being done. There is a ton of light workers doing their jobs. A ton of them. That those people will be gaining speed without being seen. They'll be seen by who needs to see them, but they will also be gaining speed, which will also be meaning more people will be eventually getting there. I know this all sounds wild and crazy, but this is why the overlining topic is thought power. Let's go up to the definition of brilliance and madness. This will all make sense. I'll tie it in a nice little bow at the end. Nice little bow. So, brilliance could be either vivid in color or exceptionally talented or intelligent. Okay, awesome, good. That's all of you, you beautiful stars. It's all of you, you beautiful stars. Madness. I have a feeling I hope everybody can caught that. I'm clearly having issues with this message. I'm going to keep going. Okay. Lori just said come on. Okay. So, madness, extreme foolish behavior, or state of frenzied or chaotic activity. That's madness. Extreme foolish behavior or state of frenzied or chaotic activity. Okay. If we take those, there's no reason they would say look up the definitions of this and not have it be applied to what they say at the back end of it. There's no way that they would do that. So if we take those definitions, right? Brilliance, vivid in color, shining bright. I mean, some could use the sentence of the stars in the night sky gleam so brilliantly. You see what I'm saying? Brilliance could be bright, vivid color, beautiful stars shining, or exceptional talent or intelligence. Madness, extreme foolish behavior or state of frenzied, chaotic activity. Okay. We're going to go back to our sentence. Be at peace. For post this week, madness, instead of the word fighting, madness will be a distraction. Frenzied or chaotic activity, foolish behavior. But movement of brilliance gains its speed. Movement of brilliance not seen yet gains its speed. That's why I'm saying there's hope actually in this sentence. Without being seen just means it's doing what it needs to do underground, doing what it needs to do low, low, low as it's gaining its speed. So isn't that lovely to think? I know everybody probably wants me to go to the first part and then go into thought power, right? Be at peace. For post this week, fighting will be a distraction. Beautiful stars, you celestial beings of love and light, you lovely, lovely, brilliant lights. That could be national, international, personal, interpersonal, groups of people. It's going to be the circuit of crazy, of frenzy, chaotic activity, foolish behavior, madness. I mean, we already call it clown world. Madness, foolish behavior. Post this week. Remember, these are the storms that I'm talking about. These are the storms that we have to be the eye of the storms. See all things objectively. See all things in question objectively. Honor ourselves with the opportunity of being in the eye of the storms. And because we're a part of the collective, we do have to travel with them, but we do not have to allow them to affect us. Not at all. Not at all. We can be brilliant, extreme intelligence, vivid in color, without being seen. And remember, light attracts light. Light attracts light. Light reflects light. So the whole not being seen, that's a part of the fight. the madness, the foolish behavior. Why would we participate? We're going to just move around the storms. We're just going to move around, be in the eye of them, right? Objectively. But there's going to be many who do not take the opportunity because the energies are going to be going. Whoo! I'm seriously, I flipped the calendar over yesterday and I went, what did I do to myself in July? With all the stuff already planned and knowing what the energies are going to be like, I was like, what did you do to yourself? Why did you do that? It is what it is, right? To be that light, to be brilliant, to be that vivid color. That's probably why I crammed so much into July, to be that vivid color as I move about amongst the storms. I'm good. I can get right in the center, shine some light, storm doesn't touch me, right? And it's all due to my thought power. What we feed, what we give thought to, what we watch, what we perceive, because I'm going to go into perception here at the very end of this. What we do with that designs our world, creates individual little pockets and our little bubbles attached to other people's bubbles. Thought power. Someone asked today, they said, I need a really good hashtag about whatever this topic was. I said, this is a very long hashtag, but change your thoughts, change your choice. Period. Change your thoughts, change your choice. We limit ourselves and the choices we do have by our own thoughts. I'm going to now read the Sacred Geometry card that was for today's message. It came out. Number 12, change. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. As I hold this card up, I'm also going to reference how I said this could be interpersonal. It could be inward, the fighting that is a distraction. We tend to doubt ourselves. We tend to limit ourselves. That is such a beautiful card, by the way. We tend to limit ourselves. We tend to doubt ourselves. We tend to accept things that no longer serve us. We tend to do all these things that are really an interpersonal, a personal battle. And I've already seen that started with people. Welcome to the Grand Awakening. I've already seen that starting. We have to allow change in the process to happen. Sometimes the best thing to do is to do nothing. Because the process is happening within you. You will know what to let go of and what to keep. And the battle within is really a distraction for you possibly, like we've been talking about, stepping forward to the next level. Moving up to inspire someone else. To catch somebody when they're falling because you've already been through that. To level up some. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance. That gracefully dance, that graceful dance that we're talking about is moving with the storms, because there's going to be a ton of them. I've been talking about this for like a year. Well, no. I mean, I've been talking about it for like 6 months. There's going to be a ton of them, and now it's here, folks, post this week. And it's all going to be really a whole lot based on pride. It's obnoxious to me how low pride is on the level of consciousness. I think it's like 150 or something conscious level frequency. It's something like that. Yeah, I mean, it's low. It's low. And people do not recognize it in that form. We have so much pride for all various things. Could be the town that you grew up in, pride. Could be national, it could be group, it could be self-pride, it's nothing but ego allowing more separation and making that separation very clear to everyone. That's all that is. That's all that is the term to me feels like separation. And that is what a lot of the fight will be about. And there's going to be internal fight with people because, whoa, they're all starting to wake up. So what they thought they knew, they don't know no more. What they thought they knew about themselves, all their conceptions as to who they are, how they grew up, their life, is going to start getting very complicated within them. That's okay. That's okay. We allow the process of change to happen. We gracefully dance with the forever changing nature of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. Many people on many shows, channels here, they either want to deny that we are capable of creating a new earth, or they want to put out there that there's going to be, the road to that is actually going to be the apocalypse, and then on the other side. It does not have to be the apocalypse. Thought power. To create anew is your ability. To create anew is what you do actually every day. Every day. When the Akashic Collective message comes out, you will understand more of what they're meaning by this. So it doesn't have to be an apocalypse. We don't have to entertain all the fighting. If we start internal battling, we allow the process to happen. Like I said, sometimes the best thing to do is to do nothing. We can use the term sight unseen for ourselves and have that gain momentum within ourselves. I don't see it. I don't see all the fighting because it's just a distraction anyways. For all of us, mankind, humanity taking care of humanity, it is just to hold us back from our natural birthright of loving and caring for the planet and each other. That's all it is. And it's going to be represented with pride. Pride of nation, pride of country, pride of rights, pride of this, pride, just all of it. It's ridiculous. And I now, when you use that term, it's associated with a whole nother group of people as they identify themselves, that it's still just separation. That, for me, that term is used for everyone and everything who hold on to something that separates them from another. That's it. That's how I view it. Our thoughts, our thought power, also sight unseen. Our thought power is creating. Our thought power is designing all of this. This beautiful matrix, as everybody wants to talk about. So right now it's sight unseen. All the beautiful things that we're thinking about and dreaming about and desiring. Desire's a low frequency as well. Remember, the chaos came out of Sophia's desire, apparently, if you follow the Gnostics. Desire is a low one too. Desire is a low frequency. Hope is beautiful and high, right? So all the things that we hope for ourselves and others, all the things that we want to manifest that can benefit ourselves and others, right? Desire comes out of a feeling of lack, by the way. If nobody knew that, yeah, desire is a low frequency on the levels of consciousness because desire actually comes out of a fear of lack. Oh, drop the mic, right? So that's why it's low. It's actually really associated with fear. But we use it. We use that term, we use the word pride, we use all these words that we have no idea what they are. All the thoughts for the betterment of humanity and the earth, as we all are having, that is our power. And that is actually our sight unseen until it's manifested and seen. So remember, perception is creation. Perception and observation. Remember, it is. So if they're saying, because of all the distractions about to start happening, everybody, you might lose sight of your opportunity to look at things objectively, and in turn, because objective, observer, neutral stance, neutral, if we lose that, because we're allowing the distractions to happen, allowing us to focus on that, see only that, then our thought power will only produce more of that. When if we pull back and daydream, think, create with our thoughts of stuff that has not been seen, unseen, we sight unseen. I know you can all understand that definitions or not. Really think about those two words back to back. Think about them in a whole different way. Sight, thought power, sight, I see it in my mind. I see it in my mind. Sight, I can visualize all of it. Sight, unseen, meaning it's just not in my hands yet. You could break those words down that way, and that was actually my first thought when I turned to the Akashic. I went, "Are you sure?" And they said yes. I went, "It must be because it means that. I'm gonna have to get there with these folks then, huh?" Sight, you just haven't manifested it yet. Thought power. Thought power is manifesting, controlling this entire matrix. Thought power is the all. Thought power is creation. There is first thought. There is first word. Thought power. So if we see it in our minds, the betterment for ourselves and humanity and the earth, we can daydream it. We can think it. We can see it in our minds. Well, then all of those things in question, those storms that we're going to be traveling through, it will be as if they don't even touch us, because we are focused our sight on something that's unseen. And that is the difficulty for the majority of the population. That is the biggest obstacle humans go through, is to actually accept and acknowledge that our thought power creates all this, and it's based on what we're seeing in our minds and or our actual perception and observation of what is moving about us, around us. That is the most difficult thing for humans to go through. To actually acknowledge that we, you, I, us, we have the power to create through our thoughts. Because what normally happens is you get the people that, okay, they got so far. They got so far to acknowledge that creation is perception and observation. Perception, that what we see exists because we see it. Right? Most people have watched enough about physics, maybe read some books, that they can get that far. They can get that far. Once again, I'm asking to go to another level through the rest of the summer and onward. Another level of that. Because that's usually where people stop. That's just where people stop. Like, okay, whoa. Interesting physics. Whoa. Interesting alchemy. Whoa. Interesting hermetics. Whoa. Interesting. Interesting science. Science magic. We all exist because we see each other. That tree exists because we see it. Oh, the Matrix is real. The Matrix is real. That's about as far as people can get. I'm asking everybody to start practicing what they know. And how we do that is we first have to think it, thought. First was thought, first was word, first. So we have to think it, picture it in our minds, and then we will actually see it. It will not be sight unseen. It will be, wow, look how beautiful this world is that we've created. So, I know. And it's going to be, I'm sticking with you guys. I haven't left. I mean, I'm going to get back into being here more frequently. I just needed some time to handle some things. And we're going to be talking about that. This is all summer long, folks. We are now in the summer of 2023. This is prime time. This is prime time to learn your power. It is prime time. Hey, Cricket, I see you in the chat. And yes, I do say hello to who I see in the chat. So it's good to see you. It is prime time for us to fully acknowledge and start utilizing our power. That's why I said for months and months and months, and I'm going to keep saying it. By the end of into October, November, hopefully more of us have greater understanding, greater experience, greater knowledge, greater acceptance, and full, complete awareness of our power, that we will, it's as if you take that stake and you put it in the ground and you say, I am. I am. I am. I am thought power. I am complete creation. I am the new earth. Whatever it is for us individually and collectively, because when you become the great I am that you are, when you accept it boldly and start using it. See, some of us have accepted it. Some of us have accepted it. Awesome. Awesome. I'm that I will never I'm very happy about that. Some of us have accepted it. Now it's time for those who have accepted, even if they don't know how powerful they are, because they're basing that acceptance off of knowledge. Now we need to start using it to gain the experience. And once we have more experience under our belt with our own thought power, the outcome is usually wisdom. The outcome is you understanding when you say I am, when you utilize your power, your brilliance, in a world full of madness, foolish behavior, frenzy, chaotic activity, when you are that amplification, that illumination, those beautiful colors, and you stand in that power that is your birthright. The more we all do that as individuals, the more the I am becomes the great I am. My beloved teachers, Shri and Kira, you can follow them at official Shri and Kira or Oneness Talk Radio. I have a couple of other teachers, but they're not here on the online community, so I'm not able to share with you. But they are bringing it into it is as you are. It is as I am. I am as you are. You are as I am. And the power of it is, backed up with I am, is extremely powerful. Please hold that in your thoughts. It is as I am. Because it's extremely powerful. I started talking about the it is a year and a half ago. Knowing how powerful that was, because that's what I was going through. I tend to go through things before because this is my job. This is what I do for people. It is extremely powerful. And to back it is with the complete understanding of I am, knowing that you and your thought power are holding creation in your hands, is very, very powerful. So let us not get distracted by the madness. Let us not. Stay here with Stars of the Morning Light. We will completely be going through this together. Together we will walk the awakening. Together we will get to the other side. Together we will glow brilliantly, and together we will do it. That is our message for this week. It's more to have awareness. It is really to just have more awareness. Hello, Coke Queen, who also came in the chat. I'm about to sound off, everyone. If you want to learn more about the power of the pyramid and the pyramid within that, and the beginning of starting our skills towards a telepathic project together with the community at Patreon, Stars of the Morning Light on Patreon. We have a class tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can join us. The Patreon group is such a lovely group. We care about what goes on with one another. We're learning skills. We're learning all about the great I am within. And so join us. It's either $5 or $8 a month. It's a subscription. I teach there twice a month and we stay connected, and it's a beautiful community. Consider joining. The link is in the About section. Just hop right over there, sign up. Um, Also, I will be doing, like I said, many different things and resources in July, many different summer sales going on, and stick with us regardless. We are really walking this awakening together, and I feel so honored and privileged to be a part of this with you, to be born right now, to be born and to be witnessing the greatness of people remembering their power for the first time in cycles. I mean, literally cycles. To be born right now and to know that we can achieve by fully understanding, experiencing, and knowing our power. It's leaves me speechless, which is very rare. Leaves me speechless. I am so honored. I'm so honored to be here. To be here with all the other beautiful stars. All the other beautiful stars. So I love you all dearly. Consider joining Patreon. Stay connected with us. And for those here in the States, enjoy your 4th of July. Take care of the little ones that are around. Be safe, but be in good company. Be in good company and be the light if the company isn't right. Namaste, you guys.